Hi, I'm Tim Carter, founder of askthebuilder.com. I'm about to interview Kate Smith, one of the top color consultants here in the USA. Kate's developed 10 hot new colors for 2015 that are perfect for fiberglass doors. My own front door, right behind me, it's from Therma-Tru, and I selected it because it won't warp, it won't rot, it won't twist, and of course, one of the best things about fiberglass doors, in my opinion, they're energy efficient, and you know what? You can either paint them or stain them if you desire. Kate, you're the expert. Can you tell me what the top 5 brightest door color trends are for doors in 2015 and why?
Yes, Tim, I've selected 5 rather bright colors to be part of the 2015 Front Door Color Trends palette. That's because the influence of cross-cultural colors continues to be strong. These are colors that are warm and earthy, yet a bit bright. They're kind of colors that we see in places around the world, but most especially South America. We've had a lot of attention on South America with the World Cup recently, and now as we look towards the upcoming Olympics in Brazil. So these are festive, fun colors that we want to bring home. And think of them as a bit expressive, fun, still a little bit sophisticated with a dash of bohemian. And so they're the kind of colors that will uplift your spirits every time you walk through the front door. Let me show them to you. The first is bronze tone. Bold but not overpowering, this deep shade of orange is a good choice to add energy to a neutral color scheme. Frank blue. When your front door calls for blue, this deeply saturated forthright blue responds beautifully. Nifty turquoise. Dive into refreshing tropical turquoise to complement natural materials and neutral colors. Tripoli sand. Capture the glow of the beaches along the Mediterranean with the stylish shade that brings out the golden color cast of stone, brick, or other materials. Cranapple, the deepest cranberry warmed up with gold. It's reminiscent of a luxurious rug or velvety rose petals and adds a touch of tradition to any home.
Not everyone wants to go bold. What are the other top 5 colors that may be a little bit muted, and what might they tell us about the homeowners?
You're right, Tim. Not everybody wants colors that are bold and festive. As life and technology continue to feel overwhelming, many of us are looking for our homes to be a place where we can regain balance and calm. Muted tones in a range of hues invite us to step out of that fast flow and live life at our own pace for a while. When you take sophisticated style and blend it with a desire for serenity, you get colors that are calming yet slightly indulgent this year. Let me show you what those look like. To begin this palette, we see a color called Nightshade. It's a dark, mysterious navy that adds dignity and poise to any exterior door. Bright Blue Mist, a soft blue with a touch of gray. It has a modern and fresh feeling that breathes freshness into an interior. Drizzling Mist, this striking modern purple borders on gray. This tone plays off of many of the subtle variations in stone, slate, brick, or wood. Amazon Soil, a deep lush shade of mauve, this dramatically dark color gives the front door a velvety richness. And last, Thyme Green, a classic rich green with touches of brown that never goes out of style and pairs well with most exterior colors. So that's it for the color trends for this year. These are my top 10. And I think there's a color for every home and every style of home.
Each day, more people install fiberglass entry doors in their new homes, and a lot of people choose fiberglass as a great replacement door in an existing home. Now, I happen to like fiberglass a lot because paint really bonds well to it, and it allows you to express your own color and add a lot of curb appeal to your own home. Kate, what I'm wondering though is for those people who want to stain their door, like for example, my wife, she wanted to stain our door a rich mahogany color. Does the stained look, produce the same type of feeling that someone might get from a bold new color in case they decided to paint it?
That's a great question, Tim. Just because I'm all about color doesn't mean the front door has to be a bold, bright color or even one of those muted hues I mentioned. Stain is a perfect solution for many front doors, and sometimes it's the best solution for your style of home and the other materials on the exterior. And I bet in your case, that was the perfect solution if your wife chose it. But anyway, what it says about you? Well, it does say something about you similar to the color or the tone of the stain. It might even say something about your care for quality and nice materials. It can also talk a little bit to your traditional, maybe slightly traditional values. But when you get a stain or a color that's really not the main standout feature on the home, I look at the overall style and some other elements that may be more indicative of someone's personality. So the front door is usually a good indicator, but not always the best one. So it really depends. I'll have to see your whole exterior and then I'll tell you what it says about you.
Kate, how do regular homeowners know which of the colors you've selected will really blend well with their existing house colors?
Another great question, Tim, and one that I think is so important because homeowners, I don't want homeowners to get frustrated. Have you ever talked to a homeowner that wanted to make a change to their home or wanted to add something new or a new color and they were frustrated or they just didn't know where to begin? What I found is it's not that people don't have a good idea. They don't have a beautiful vision in their head of what they want their home to look like. They do. They just don't know how to get that vision to be what appears on their home. And so I've developed an approach, or basically it's the approach I use as a professional, but I've articulated that for homeowners so that they can use the same exact approach. It's called my fresh approach to choosing exterior colors because it's based on the 5 letters in fresh. And a little longer than I can go into right here, but don't worry. I've put all that information into a couple of free ebooks that you can find right on my website. And did I mention free? So sensationalcolor.com is my website. And one of the things I most enjoy is having people gain their color confidence. And I think just reading through this quick ebook information, you'll be very confident, homeowners will be very confident in being able to pick the right colors for their exterior.
What's the biggest mistake a homeowner can make when choosing a color?
Oh, the biggest mistake. Let's see, what would that be? I think it's that homeowners sometimes choose things and don't have a method for making their choices. So they find something beautiful. Let's say someone even saw a color that I showed from the color palette and they say, oh, I want that. But you still need to go back and look at how that fits into the overall scheme of your home. Look at your roof and if you have stone or brick and all of those other elements because it's part of a whole. The exterior is a whole, and each one of those pieces has to play nicely together. It doesn't mean you can't have that color. You might not have the exact color I showed. Maybe a slightly different tone of that or a slight variation on that is a better fit for your particular home. That's what you want to go with. So the mistake is not looking at the home exterior as a whole and selecting each thing just because you like it. But the key is to bring each of those elements you like together and have the colors and the color cast and all of the styles marry into one beautiful exterior picture. And that's, I think, what both Tim and we try to do, right? Is to create and give you the information to create that beautiful home.
Kate, thanks so much for the great tips. I know you're busy. I want to let you get back to browsing through all of your color decks. Wow, I didn't know all that about color. Kate sure had some great tips. You know, when your friends, neighbors, and relatives walk up to your front door, make sure it makes a bold statement about you and your family. If you're planning on building a new home, or if you're going to remodel your home and add a new existing door like I did to mine, make sure you consider fiberglass. I'm sure you're going to really, really love your new painted fiberglass door. I'm Tim Carter for askthebuilder.com. If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to askthebuilder.com.